Please be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 161st Annual Commencement of Millersville University. I'm Vilas Prabhu, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. John Anderson, President of Millersville University.
Well, welcome to the afternoon commencement ceremony. We certainly apologize for the weather situation we had to deal with, but we're so glad that we have so much warmth in this room. Because on this special occasion, we honor and confer degrees to the undergraduate class of 2017. Last evening, the university conferred degrees to the master's candidates for the graduate class of 2017. We also greet our guests attending commencement at our alternative live satellite sites in the Student Memorial Center, the Winter Center, and Stair Hall, where we hope you enjoy the comfort of watching these proceedings on the big screen. I now have the honor to present Mr. Jose Llorina, graduating today from the College of Science and Technology, who will offer a moment of reflection. After the presentation, please stand for the singing of the national anthem sung by Olivia Ober, class of 2017.
Thank you, President Anderson. As our time at Millersville comes to an end, I ask you to reflect on your journey. What path did you take to get here, and what lessons did you learn along the way? Did you have a goal that you followed with steadfast resolution, or did you go through a trial and error process to find the right career path? My goal was to earn a PhD in organic chemistry and become a pharmaceutical chemist. To accomplish this goal, I applied to programs during my junior year that would allow me to work on chemistry research over the course of a summer at a research-focused university. After applying to various programs, I was selected to work on an organic chemistry research project at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Now, for those of you who had the pleasure of taking organic chemistry, I know what you must be thinking. And to answer your question, no, I'm not crazy. I had enjoyed organic chemistry lecture and was beginning my organic chemistry research under Dr. Bonser here at Millersville University. And so it seemed like the perfect fit. I was very wrong. Even though I enjoyed being in a lab environment where students displayed intensity and passion towards researching chemistry, I found myself unhappy with the work. I thought I must be doing something wrong. Every person I had ever spoken to about summer research had described marvelous positive experiences. I was filled with doubt. Was the career path I had chosen the correct one? As I returned from Illinois to begin my final year at Millersville, I knew my dream of becoming a rich pharmaceutical chemist was over. I had no idea what to do next, and I was running out of time. I had to decide what discipline in chemistry I wanted to explore and whether I wanted to attend graduate school. I sought advice from the chemistry faculty, and they all offered a similar message. Don't let one bad experience crush your drive and ambition. That summer research experience may not have been spectacular, but I would do it all over again if I had the chance. It challenged me, taught me about graduate school, made me a better scientist, and most importantly, revealed a career path that wasn't suited for me. The research experience was a failure in terms of my career goals, but an achievement in terms of my personal growth. This opportunity was one of many I took advantage of to mature and advance my academic career over the past 4 years at Millersville. My hope is that all of you have taken advantage of the opportunities here at Millersville, as I have, to advance your careers, serve the community, and contribute to our campus culture. Recognize your achievements, but also your failures. Before I close, I would like to take a moment to thank a few of the many who have supported me during my time here at Millersville University. I would like to thank the chemistry faculty for their dedication to scientific education. I would like to thank my friends for challenging me and making my time here memorable. Lastly, I want to thank my family, especially my mom and dad, for immigrating to the U.S. and providing endless opportunities for my siblings and I through their hard work. Los quiero mucho. I am honored to be standing on this stage, speaking not only to you, but on behalf of you, my fellow graduates. I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. Continue to grow as individuals and take care of each other. Enjoy this day and your accomplishments. My next step is graduate school. Will this be the correct path? I won't know until I try. Thank you.
Oh, say can you and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Olivia Aubert. And thank you, Jose, for those wonderful remarks. I am losing my voice slowly over the weekend, but I'm going to hang on and finish this ceremony in a good way, I hope. I'm honored to introduce those members of our platform party who will not be recognized later as a part of the ceremony. Please hold your applause until all have been presented. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is fortunate to have dedicated individuals who serve voluntarily by appointment of the governor on the Millersville University Council of Trustees. Will the following trustees please rise? Ms. Caitlin Beislein, Dr. Richard Fredericks, Mr. Kevin Harley, Gerald Robinson, Esquire, Mr. Michael Werfel, and Mrs. Ann Womble. Also present are the advisors to the trustees. Mr. Scott Bailey, President of Millersville University Alumni Association. Dr. Anna Borger-Greco, Chair of Millersville University Faculty Senate. Dr. Barry David, President of APSCUF MU. And Mr. Kiefer Lukenbill, President of Student Senate. On the platform are the following members of the administration and faculty. Mr. Jeffrey Beers, CEO and General Manager of Student Services and Student Lodging Incorporated. Dr. Aminta Bro, Vice President for Advancement. Mr. Ched Dorman, Director of Diversity and Social Justice. Mr. Brian Hazlett, Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management. Dr. Victor DeSantis, Dean of the College of Graduate Studies and Adult Learning and Associate Provost for Civic and Community Engagement. And Dr. Rita Smith-Wydell, one of our most senior faculty members, who is the mace bearer for today's commencement ceremony. In addition, we welcome special guests of our commencement speaker and other distinguished guests and members of the administration, some of whom marched in the procession. Please join me in welcoming these members of the platform party and other guests. I would like to now invite President Anderson back to the podium to introduce today's commencement speaker.
Today, I have the honor and pleasure to introduce Marie Harf as our commencement speaker. Marie was the Senior Advisor for Strategic Communications to United States Secretary of State John Kerry at the United States Department of State. Among many other assignments, she led the Iran nuclear negotiations communications strategy. She previously served as acting spokesperson and deputy spokesperson of the State Department. Marie is now a political commentator for Fox News. She graduated from Indiana University, Bloomington, with a bachelor's in political science with concentrations in Jewish studies and Russian and Eastern European studies. Then received her master's degree in foreign affairs from the University of Virginia, where her thesis evaluated the prospects for continued regime stability in Saudi Arabia. Marie grew up in Granville, Ohio, and is the daughter of Dr. James E. Harf and Jane Harf. Jane has a distinguished career in environmental science. Jim is an alumnus and longtime friend of Millersville University. He had an incredible 32-year career at Ohio State University as director of the university's think tank on international security and peace. Today, however, he jokes that he may be better known as the father of Marie Harf. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Marie Harf.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Anderson, for that very kind introduction and for inviting me to be a part of today's happy celebration. It is truly an honor. I'd also like to thank Provost Prabhu, members of the Council of Trustees, members of the President's Cabinet, and the Millersville faculty for welcoming me so warmly back to campus this weekend. I would also like to recognize right at the beginning the parents and family members of Millersville's graduates who are here today. None of us are islands unto ourselves, and achieving something as momentous as graduating from college is an accomplishment that belongs to all of you as well. Most importantly, congratulations to the class of 2017. Each of you arrived at this day in different ways, but all of you made it, and that's what matters. I think I can speak for everyone at Millersville when I say how proud we are of all of you. Today, Millersville is awarding over 1,000 degrees. That includes 28 graduates of the University Honors College and 5 candidates for the completion of the Integrated Studies program. In your graduating class are 17 veterans who've served our country and 4 ROTC candidates. Yeah, let's clap for that. There's an almost even split between degrees being awarded in 3 colleges: arts, humanities, and social sciences, education, human services in the School of Social Work, and science and technology. That balance is a real testament to how well-rounded both the students and the faculty are here at Millersville. Graduating classes are often told by commencement speakers that the time of their graduation is uniquely challenging. Speakers will talk about the world you're about to enter, where you will be called upon to solve our newest and most pressing problems. These warnings can often sound repetitive. Every era can't be the most difficult, right? But I would argue, class of 2017, that in your case, these admonitions have some truth to them. Today is a momentous time in the history of our country and, in fact, the history of the world. You will soon come face to face with very difficult challenges, but, and this is very important, none of those challenges is too big to overcome. Before I dive further into today's world, though, I'm going to take a small step back. My father, Dr. James Harf, who's here with us today, graduated from Millersville in 1961. He was a football star on the very field where we were supposed to be sitting today. As a Millersville student, he was preparing to become a high school math teacher and football coach. But along came a young, dynamic U.S. presidential candidate in 1960, John Kennedy, who mesmerized my dad, especially the way he talked about what was then our nation's greatest threat and enemy, the Soviet Union. Soon, my dad was a PhD student on his way to becoming a professor of Soviet studies and international security at The Ohio State University. When my mother, Jane Harf, who is also here today, graduated from college in 1970, the environmental movement was really starting to gain steam. Our country was trying to figure out, in a serious way, how to make sure the air we all breathe and the water we drink was clean. Think for a moment about the fact that the pollution in Pittsburgh used to be so bad that the street lights would come on around noon because so little sunlight could penetrate through the smog. So instead of becoming a theater set designer, as she originally thought she would when she started college, my mom dove headfirst into a career as an advocate for a cleaner and healthier planet. When I was a junior in college, in 2001, I watched the Twin Towers fall and the Pentagon burn on a TV in my apartment in Bloomington, Indiana. At that moment, I knew what my generation's calling was going to be, confronting the threat of terrorism that had tragically come to our shores in a new and more deadly way. I began to study the Middle East, which eventually led me to graduate school, and then to the Central Intelligence Agency, where I started my career as a Middle East analyst. In a few short months, children born after the attacks of 9/11 will be old enough to enlist and fight in Afghanistan, a war we went to because of those attacks, and now the longest war in our nation's history. What was my generation's calling is now something that most college students have no real-time memory of. That's a pretty extraordinary fact. Today, class of 2017, you are entering a world that feels like it's changing very fast. We have access in an instant to more information than at any time in human history. But we also are inundated with more disinformation than ever before. We are being forced to confront how we operate in this new global economy in a way that's best for American workers and that also gives everyone a fair shot. At the same time, we are reckoning with the changes that automation and technology are rapidly bringing to everything from manufacturing to transportation. We no longer fight world wars between great powers, thankfully. But a few guys with some homemade bombs or automatic weapons can conduct attacks that make all of us feel less secure. Those are some pretty scary challenges. But here's the good news. These challenges also present us with some enormous opportunities to make our country more innovative, more prosperous, and more secure. I think there's often a tendency to romanticize the past and to somehow think that politics used to be nicer or less complicated. I get that tendency. The good is often easier to remember. But to be clear, democracy in a nation with over 300 million people has never really been easy. It has always been noisy and messy. Americans have been debating the proper size and role of government ever since the framers gathered together in this very state. We all know instinctively that government doesn't have all the answers and shouldn't be called upon to fix all of our problems. It couldn't, even if it tried. But we also know that there are certain things we can only do together as one nation. We can also probably all agree on some basic fundamentals too, that children shouldn't go hungry, for example, or veterans who've served our country shouldn't be unable to find a home or a job. But the complicated questions of how we advance those fundamental goals, not to mention the very real debates we have on issues where we can't agree, that's where things get really tricky. Government is not inherently bad, and public servants are unfortunately too often viewed as lazy bureaucrats. After working in the federal government for a decade, I can tell you that nothing is further from the truth. One of your graduates today exemplifies the ideals of public service perfectly. I had the opportunity to meet him and his wife after this morning's ceremony. Robert Parks enlisted in the Marine Corps in 2009 out of Mechanicsburg and became an MV-22 Osprey crew chief. He deployed with the 24th Marine Expeditionary Unit in 2012 and spent time on 4 different continents and in 13 different countries. Robert left active duty in 2014, but not before becoming a crew chief instructor, accruing 900 flight hours, and awarding wings to over 40 students. 18 days later, he started his first class at Millersville. But here's what I found really interesting about Robert. He said that one of his favorite things he's done at Millersville is starting the first honeybee farm here. They secured funding to get up and running with 2 hives full of bees. You can actually go see them just down the street. And eventually, they were able to harvest some honey and wax, which was melted down and sold on campus as lip balm. They're continuing to grow the farm, which will be used to teach Millersville's next generation of beekeepers. These are the kind of people we need in government service, dedicated and creative thinkers who want to serve their country, start small businesses, and teach future leaders how to do interesting things. So I don't think the question is really whether we need big government or small government. It's about how we get better government, smarter government. An absolutely crucial part of getting that better government is having citizens who understand and respect their obligations as residents of the greatest country on earth. This is my first charge to all of you as you leave Millersville. Have faith in our democracy, even though at times it can be pretty ugly, because that's the way we make our voices heard, issue by issue, day by day, election by election. Our leaders in Washington may seem out of touch, and often they are, but eventually they have to come back home and ask for our votes. Don't forget about your state and local officials too, because they're often much more accessible. Use that accessibility to speak up for your beliefs. And let me say this very clearly to all of you graduates today. People who don't vote determine the future of our country as much as those who do. Complacency is the enemy of good government, and it's in all of your hands to prevent that from happening. Now, in today's media landscape, where everyone yells at each other a lot, it can feel good to tune out or retreat to sources of information that only reinforce the views you already hold. I feel that way a lot of the time. But we cannot afford to disengage, or worse, to continue down a path of hyper-partisanship where we demonize people whose policies we disagree with, where we question the patriotism of people on the other side of the political aisle. That kind of vilification is really bad for our democracy, and it happens on both sides, by the way. Because when the person on the other side of an argument is seen as having no redeeming qualities, compromise becomes impossible. And rational debate about the really serious issues our country is facing goes out the window. We all have to do better. That's my second charge to all of you. This is exactly why I decided when I left the Obama administration on January 20th of this year to join the Fox News channel as a national security and political commentator. Now, you may think that was a surprising career choice for me, a lifelong Democrat who worked for President Obama. But despite that background, in fact, because of that background, I decided to sign on to become a part of the Fox family. The left has ignored the millions of viewers who watch Fox News for far too long, much to our own detriment. I thought there was more value in engaging with people who didn't often hear from Democrats than there was to preach to the choir somewhere else. And to Fox's enormous credit, they hired me as a Democrat to be a Democrat. And they've given me a huge platform to advocate for my principles as part of this great debate we're all having about what's happening in our country and in the world. In the process, I have learned much more than I ever could have imagined about how people I disagree with approach certain issues by listening to them, which has, in turn, made me a better person and a better citizen. I'm not saying it's always easy, but it's worth it. So here's what I'm asking of all of you. Don't dismiss experts on issues because you're skeptical of what they're saying. Hear them out. Listen to them. Use your opinions to start conversations, not to end them. Hear from people who make you upset and with whom you vehemently disagree. Work to have an agreed set of facts to base your debates around, and don't buy into the wildest conspiracy theories that fly around the internet. Again, I get it. It's not always easy, but it is worth it. I promise you. You will be better people and better citizens because of it. One of my former bosses, Secretary of State John Kerry, has a favorite saying that I really like. America is exceptional not because we say we are, but because we do exceptional things. Greatness isn't about bragging, it's about doing. Former President Obama also often reminds us that America's progress isn't smooth and steady. It doesn't move in a straight line. It zigs and it zags. And it often feels like we take 2 steps forward only to frustratingly take 1 step back. But, and here's my third charge to all of you graduates today, please don't ever feel like our problems are too great to solve, or give in to the cynicism that says we should stop trying to bridge the gap, oftentimes what seem like really insurmountable ones. There are real concerns and debates to be had about how globalization has played out, but the answer isn't turning inward or back to a different era. We couldn't, even if we wanted to. But to move forward with the same kind of American ingenuity and creativity that helped our country stretch from ocean to ocean, that cured diseases once thought impossible to overcome, and that gave the world everything from the Model T to the iPhone. We have to have honest conversations about what impacts these changes are going to have, and then invest in training and education like you do here at Millersville, so American workers can continue to lead the world. You all are a part of that conversation because you're the future of our workforce. And as the strongest country on earth, we cannot close our eyes and disengage from the world, hoping the problems beyond our shores will leave us alone. No matter how powerful we are, we cannot solve the biggest challenges we face by ourselves. I suspect your graduating class already understands that. Certainly graduates like Aaron Jaffe, who spent a semester in Germany and traveling across Europe, or Rachel Wagner, who grew up in Kenya and was inspired to become a social worker after seeing that despite differences in culture, many of the needs in Kenya are the same as those in America. So what do you do with all of this advice that I and your family and friends and professors are giving you today? How do you translate it into a lifetime with a career and all the happiness you deserve? You've heard all the adages, I'm sure. Get out of your comfort zone. Do what you love. Figure out what true happiness is, not just superficial happiness, and follow it where it takes you. Don't be reckless with what you've been given. Take what you do and how you live your life seriously. Think clearly. Have concern for more than just yourself. Act with humility. Fanta Torre, another one of your graduating classmates, who, if I can brag on her just for a bit, serves as president of the Millersville chapter of the NAACP, founded an after-school college readiness program in the Delaware County area, and is a champion debater. She summed up a lot of these lessons pretty well when talking about her internship last year at the White House. She described the advice she received from the President and the First Lady. Be kind, be useful, and be fearless. I like that. Fanta said she would come in early and stay late, advice I give to my employees as a really easy way to stand out as exceptional. She also said her parents were thrilled when she got her internship, and her mom called her 24/7. Fanta, I can tell you that some things never change. My parents still call me 24/7 too. And my husband, who's also here today, I think can attest to that. Class of 2017, when you leave here, the road won't always be easy. You may face periods where you're underemployed or unemployed. I certainly have. There will be times when you can't figure out what your purpose in life should be, when every day feels like a struggle. You'll have bad bosses, and you will get frustrated. We all do. But hold your head up high and keep moving. Find joy in the small things that make life on this earth so special. Remind yourself that success, however small and incomplete, is a step forward. Celebrate the big steps and the small steps too. Find grace in the tough times and the defeats. And ask yourself every single day, am I doing things to build up the positive forces and to push down the negative forces in my community, in our country, and in the world? I will end with something I am constantly reminded of, especially living in Washington, D.C., where most people grew up somewhere else. What you do in life and how you do it will always be connected with the places you came from. I am a product of small-town Central Ohio, of high school football on Friday nights, of 2 big state schools where I searched for ways to stand out in a crowd, and most importantly, to a set of values that all come back at the end of the day to Midwestern humility and kindness. You all are products of where you came from, including this great institution. You will leave here with the skills to succeed, but more importantly, with the values to make the world a better place. The ideals that Millersville was founded on in 1855 are as relevant today as they were then, probably even more so. That teacher preparation and classical learning are essential elements of public education and enlightened citizenship. So don't forget where you came from, while at the same time keep moving into the future. You have endless possibilities ahead of you, and we are all privileged to be along for the ride. Thank you, Millersville, to your faculty and staff, to the parents, family members, and friends here today, and most importantly, congratulations to the class of 2017. Thank you for letting me share this momentous day with you.
Thank you, Ms. Hart, for your, for your great advice and for your inspiring remarks to our graduates today. As a special note to today's ceremony, we wish to acknowledge the commissioning of 4 ROTC lieutenants. Will the following lieutenants please rise and keep standing after I recognize you? Abigail Daly, Travis Kurtz, Samantha Lewis, Elizabeth Miller. Remain standing. Also, there are 17 veterans and National Guard reservists who are graduating today. We applaud the dedication to their studies and service to our country. Will all the graduating veterans and reservists present please stand to be recognized? Please stand. Thank you. Thank you. Millersville University students are awarded honors in 3 categories: departmental honors, the University Honors College Program, and University Honors. In order to graduate from the University Honors College Program, a student must not only complete designated honors courses and a thesis, but also maintain an overall grade point average of at least 3.50. Students graduating with university honors by virtue of their grade point average earn averages between 3.50 and 3.74 to graduate cum laude, of which there are 133 graduating today. Those who earn averages between 3.75 and 3.94 graduate magna cum laude, of which there are 74 graduating today. While those who earn averages between 3.95 and 4.0 graduate summa cum laude, the highest earned academic honor the university can bestow. Today, we have 20 students who have earned summa cum laude honors. Can you give a big applause for all our honor students? It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Caitlin Beislein, member of the Council of Trustees, who will confer baccalaureate degrees for the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, after the conferring of degrees, marshals will guide the graduates to the stage. Ms. Beislein.
The undergraduate candidates present for the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences have taken all of their examinations and are being recommended for their degrees by the faculty of their school. Will all candidates from the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences now please stand? Upon the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania through the Board of Governors and Council of Trustees, I confer upon you the appropriate baccalaureate degree together with all of its associated rights, privileges, and responsibilities. You may be seated. I now have the honor of introducing Dr. Diane Umbel, Dean, and Dr. Orlando Perez, Associate Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, who will present the graduates of this college.
Will the marshals please bring forward the graduates for the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences so that they now may be recognized. Morgan Ray Speakman, cum laude.
Mike Evan Ahern.
Samuel Umbrokwa.
Gregory Alexander Angle.
Olivia Deland Ober, magna cum laude, honors in music.
Rosemary Asensio.
Catherine Rose Albright.
Dakota L. Baer.
Melissa Ann Amberger, summa cum laude.
Naya Sierra Anderson.
Rodney Brian Anders.
Ashley Ann Balin.
Joanna Francesca Arias.
Andrew Bartella.
Alexander Stephen Arnold.
Megan Lealoa Basilico.
Abigail Brooks Ashworth.
Caitlin M. Bender.
Sike Kantiba Ayana.
Jordan A. Benton.
Tyler Baki.
Shane Michael Bilbro.
Benjamin Deal Bailey.
Rebecca Grace Bittler.
Ryan Bankert cum laude.
Kelly Taylor Block, cum laude.
Kyle Michael Barninger.
Nathan Thomas Bordner.
Haley M. Barnett.
Kyle Harrison Bolanger.
Robert C. Byler.
Eric Tyler Bowers, cum laude.
Christopher Bevins.
Alexis Marie Brango.
Matthew F. Binder.
David Jeffrey Briggs.
Robert E. Blackwell.
Heather Ann Brotzman, cum laude.
Lucas M. Blum.
Heather Lynn Bruno.
Kylie Jean Bottoms.
Markeisha S. Burnett.
Dylan A. Bowen.
Rachel Alana Kearns.
Samantha E. Brenner cum laude.
Catalina Marie Cedeño.
Eli J. Brill, magna cum laude.
Brianna M. Shakovich.
Sam Brown.
Matthew Michael Chesson.
Victoria Rose Bruno.
Hayes Allen Clark Jr.
Benjamin Scott Berner.
Zachary R. Kober, cum laude, honors in philosophy, University Honors College.
Joseph Aloysius Burns Jr.
Laura Coleman.
Christy Ann Byrne.
Brittany Leanne Connell.
Nicholas Thomas Cahill.
Cecilia Chen Cooper, magna cum laude.
Sarah Rose Kali cum laude.
Tyler Niem Cruz.
Michael Andrew Cardina.
Christopher C. Dacre,
Alexandra K. Carter.
Chase Davis, cum laude.
Carly Christine Castle.
Autumn Dye,
Connor
Day.
Chambers Berry.
Gabrielle Rose DeSanti,
Ronald Patrick Chesler.
Caitlin Amanda Deaver,
Javandi J. Clark.
Haley Elizabeth Dennis,
Molly Klepper.
Carlos Antonio Diaz Melendez,
Gabrielle Lee Cohen.
Jordan James Donaldson,
Quentin Marcel Collins II.
Carolyn Elizabeth Dreer, magna cum laude.
Paula C. Contreras.
Ashley E. Duras,
Cassandra Yvette Cotto.
Ryan Eberly,
Brian R. Coyle.
Michael D. Eschleman,
Christopher D'Imperio, magna cum laude.
Ricky Marie Eder,
Jamie L. Demargian, cum laude.
Brittany Elizabeth Feichtel, cum laude, honors in government and political affairs.
Austin Philip Davis.
J. Taylor R. Fallenbaum,
Joshua Davis.
Leslie Marie Ann Fournier, cum laude.
Colin Dawkins.
DeJuan L. Franks,
Kelsey De Los Santos.
Linnea Monique Freeman,
Monica Lynn DeVitri, cum laude.
Heather Nicole Fretz,
Angelina A. Demidovich.
Michael A. Garland,
Connor Devlin.
Alexander Hazeltine Gahn,
Alyssa Ardil, magna cum laude.
Stephen T. Giardi,
Abigail Rose Doherty.
Carly Ann Gottstray,
Colin James Dobero, cum laude.
Adam Christopher Good, cum laude.
Brandon Eckel.
Logan P. Goodman,
Carolyn T. Eskin, cum laude, University Honors College.
Devona Shanika Gordon,
Sabrina Lynn Ewing.
Paige Ryan Gregorzik, cum laude.
Jonah M. Farber.
Autumn Brianna Gruff, cum laude.
Catherine Alida Flanagan, cum laude.
Christopher C. Grogan,
Elena J. Frank.
Luke Thomas Grumbine,
Danielle Freed.
Miguel Simon Guzman,
Nicholas O. Gentile.
Michael D. Haynes,
Cassidy G. Godber.
Sheann N. Hargrove,
Kevin R. Goldfinger.
Ashley Rebecca Haywood,
Shane Tyler Good.
Betsabe Hernandez, Honors in English, University Honors College.
Julia Niconia Gosetius.
Madeline K. Herardi, cum laude.
Erica L. Graham, magna cum laude.
Jesse Lee Herner,
James I. Greer.
Amanda T. Hinkle,
Miguelina Arias.
Eden Herzl, Honors in English, University Honors College.
Jordan Gabriel Groff.
Caitlin Marie Hoffman, cum laude.
Ashley R. Gunnett.
Graham S. Holler,
Nick D. Hagley.
Catherine Horning,
Jacob T. Hanley.
Robert T. Hunter Weinberger,
Shane Cody Heister.
Jose A. Iguina Olmo, cum laude.
Andre Dwayne Henry.
Natalie A. James, cum laude, Honors in Music, University Honors College.
Jose Hernandez.
Jordan Prince Johnson,
Jessica Lindsay Herr.
Yen Elizabeth Zur Keener,
Jennifer Lynn Herr,
Rachel Elizabeth Kozlowski,
James P. Hilton, cum laude.
Courtney Knobb,
Matthew Thomas Hurt,
Peter John Krosner,
Aubrey Morgan Hoffert,
Douglas Dean Kyle III,
Mary Frances Hoffman, cum laude.
Renee Patricia Landis, cum laude.
Dustin G. Hornberger,
Lisa Marie Laney,
Benjamin Joseph Hostetter,
Jacqueline Christine Law,
Jeffrey Adam Harrison,
Kayla N. Liggins,
Kimberly Ann Huey,
Dalton G. Lehigh, cum laude,
Megan Elizabeth Hunt,
Colin C. Long, cum laude,
John Henry Johnson Jr.,
Benjamin F. Luciotti,
Amber S. Jones,
Rocco William Lutz,
Aaron Ruben Jeffy,
Lucas D. Marcassani,
Stefan Heinrich Kempta,
Ryan A. Mark,
Kaylee Jo Kessinger,
Ashley Martell,
Aaron Matthew Kirby,
Ty R. Martin, cum laude,
Sydney Klinger,
Christina Marie Mamie,
Ryan Charles Knox,
Kiana Celise McDonald,
Travis Lee Kurtz, cum laude, honors in history,
Ryan McClashen,
Brianna Ariel Lambeck,
James Matthew McNally,
Taylor J. Lane,
Keith Michael McCutcheon,
Joshua Lapp,
Carly Marie Miller,
Meredith Ann Lengel,
Jasmine Miller,
Matthew Charles Leon Jones,
Matthew Miller,
Mitchell G. Light,
Omenaya A. Mohammed,
Andrew Russell Long,
Ian D. Moore,
Madison Alexa Long,
Aubrey Nicole Morris,
Melanie Losada, Melanie Ann Losada. Thank you.
Eric M. Mueller, summa cum laude,
Caitlin Michelle Lundy, magna cum laude.
Niall Wyatt Mulvena, cum laude,
Colleen S. Malloy,
Anastasia Muncy,
Kendall Jamal Marks,
Madeline Flannery Murphy,
Ryan James Martin,
Jocelyn Noel Milan,
Lindsay Mast,
Olawande Oyedei Odeyemi,
Molly Ann McAllister,
Shannon McCormick Olson,
Corey James McCarthy, cum laude, University Honors College,
Mark J. Onimus,
Cole Ryan McGinley,
Rico A. Oxidine,
Haley Aaron McGuigan,
Philip Nigel Parenti,
Monica N. McMinn,
Ryan P. Paul,
Matthew P. Means,
Stephanie Peguera, cum laude,
Joshua Mellinger,
Megan Elizabeth Petro,
Tyler Miller,
Jamie Picone,
Laura Liz Molina,
Andrew James Potts,
Jalitzi Margarita Morales,
Alexandria Powell, cum laude.
Carly Rebecca Moyer.
Tan K. Watt.
Priscilla L. Mulrooney.
Gregory Lawrence Killian.
Margaret G. Muma.
Mary Routy.
Andrew John Monasteri cum laude.
Brandon E. Reel.
Cynthia M. Myers.
Isaac Corbin Schenk.
Max Nicodemus cum laude.
Scott Allen Reed Jr.
Adriana Isabel Ongay.
Haley Danielle Rothman.
Turner Orndorff.
Derek J. Rhodes.
Allison Catherine Palmer.
Adam J. Reiner.
Andrew Papasergi.
Jesse Michael Roberts.
Alex Martin Paul, honors in German.
Aida Martinez Rodriguez.
Grant T. Pearsall.
Philip Rodney Rooney.
Jonathan Wesley Peters.
Colleen C. Ross.
Amanda Lee Pezick.
Samantha M. Rumbler.
Robert L. Poe, magna cum laude, honors in philosophy.
Cinquez Marie Santana.
Angela Colleen Prendergast, cum laude.
Nicole E. Palmori.
Winglong Hui.
Andrew J. Schwartz, cum laude.
Jonathan A. Quesada.
Kendall R. Sigworth, cum laude, honors in sociology.
Stephanie Santos Ramundo.
Laura Catherine Sell.
Daniel Rave.
Haley E. Shiner.
Rachel Lynn Stallman.
Anne Elizabeth Shoemaker.
Kent M. Redkay.
Eric N. Showalter, magna cum laude.
Elizabeth N. Reidenbach, cum laude.
Alicia Brittany Smith.
Anna Ricciardi.
Joshua K. Smith.
Caitlin Olivia Rogers.
Joshua Christopher Smith.
Jennifer Lynn Rosenfeld.
Mary Catherine Snavely.
Lachey N. Rudolph.
Ian Solomon.
Mindy Lee Russell.
Robin Lynn Spatikia.
Elise A. Samdi.
Aaron James Springborn.
Jessica Jacqueline Schlott, cum laude.
Evan R. Stahl.
Ryan D. Shoemaker. I'm sorry,
Megan Elizabeth Stambaugh.
Ryan D. Schmucker. Jeremy Daniel Robbins.
Stephen Alexander Steinbach.
Samantha Scholey.
Brian L. Stinson.
Caitlin N. Seligman.
Brianna T. Strickland.
Leomarie Silva Taveras.
Marquand Stutz.
Benjamin R. Smith.
Jonathan M. Swift.
Mason James Spence.
Tara Jean Tarsi.
Patrick Reed Weaver.
Samantha Christine Thacker, cum laude.
Kirsten Smith.
Kayla Rochelle Thomas.
Rhea Janae Smith.
Margaret Annalise Thorward, summa cum laude, honors in communications.
Kelsey M. Snavely, magna cum laude, University Honors College.
Cyrus Ray Tome.
Destiny M.
Ayla.
Somerville, magna cum laude.
Ayla Elise Torsha.
Kendra Spatz.
Sarah E. Tyler.
Cassandra Houston.
Benjamin John Underwood.
Heather Lynn Lafredo.
Ariana Elena Vargas.
Austin M. Rice.
Jonathan J. Waslow, magna cum laude.
Xavier Solis.
Rashid Hakeem Wesley, Jr.
Jason M. White.
Michaela Whitehouse.
Sally Rachel Ricker.
Sarah M. Weiberg.
Brianna Elizabeth Stagmeyer.
Kyle A. Winters.
Rebecca Ashley Stahl.
Samantha Christine Wolf, cum laude.
Amasthus C. Stancliffe.
Sarah Elizabeth Wong.
Jessica R. Stokes.
Cody Tyler Yos, magna cum laude, honors in history, University Honors College.
Anthony Michael Strom.
Jessica L. Zetz, cum laude, honors in communications.
Jared R. Sullivan, magna cum laude.
Paul K. Emmert.
Andrew Paul Swivel.
Michael O'Hara.
Jeffrey Edward DeBay, cum laude.
Kyle M. Thomas.
Brandy I. Thomas.
Brittany Allison Tomes, honors in foreign languages, University Honors College.
Joseph Tobias Timmons.
Rachel Lauren Umile.
Fanta M. Torre.
Jocelyn Rachel Van Order.
Kirby A. Verano.
Rachel Alexandra Ward.
Elizabeth Helene Waba, magna cum laude, honors in English, University Honors College.
Cassidy Morgan Weaver.
Adam Nathaniel Wallach.
Keenan White.
Jessica Sharon Wenner.
Catherine A. Wiebel.
Cody Allen Whitfield.
Lauren Marie Wood.
Morgan Lee Warner.
Claire Noble Zimmer.
Megan E. Yeagley.
Anthony White.
Hannah Ruth Zimmerman. Emerald Gray. Christopher Rogers. That concludes the graduates from the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences.
I will give you one more opportunity to applaud all our graduates. I now invite Mr. Scott Bailey, President of Millersville University Alumni Association, to please proceed to the podium.
On behalf of the more than 66,000 Millersville University alums, graduates, you may reposition your tassels. Welcome to the Millersville University Alumni Association. You are now a Marauder for life.
Congratulations, Marauders. It is now my pleasure to invite Dr. Anna Borger-Greco, Chair of the Millersville University Faculty Senate, to offer greetings on behalf of the faculty and to present this year's Educator of the Year Award recipient, Dr. Borger-Greco.
Thank you. It is my pleasure to announce that the Faculty Senate recently acknowledged Dr. Mehmet Göksu, Associate Professor of Physics, as its 2017 Educator of the Year and presented him with this award. Dr. Göksu joined the Physics Department at Millersville University in 2007. Since then, he has taught a wide range of physics courses from introductory through upper-level courses. Both his colleagues and students mention his outstanding ability to present difficult material in clear, detailed, and accessible manner, and to further be able to connect the material to the students' real-life experiences. His generosity and willingness to assist students is evidenced through his implementation of online help centers on Sunday evenings and Physics on Demand on Thursday evenings. These live video chat sessions allow students to reach out to him if they need extra assistance with their class material and homework assignments. Dr. Göksu is deeply involved in students' professional and personal successes, as is evidenced by his advising 3 MU clubs: the MU Robotics Team, the Rugby Club, and the Physics Demonstration Team. He is heavily invested in developing students' academic excellence by supervising a varied list of student research studies, including experimental, theoretical, computer simulation, and pedagogical projects. Will Dr. Mehmet Göksu please rise and be recognized? Thank you. And now, dear graduates, on behalf of the faculty, I extend our congratulations on your achievement. I know that you're very excited to be leaving Millersville, but also nervous at the prospect of starting a new phase of your life. And so I'd like to give you just a few lines from the Spanish poet Antonio Machado to take to heart and remember. Caminante, son tus huellas el camino y nada más. Caminante, no hay camino, se hace camino al andar. For those of you who don't understand Spanish, the lines read, wanderer, your footprints and nothing else are the path. There is no trail. We make our path as we walk forward. I'd like to tell you that we, the faculty of Millersville University, believe you are prepared to forge your own way, and we urge you to lay out your own path. If you look back, as the poet says, you will see that your unique past, your life with your family and friends, the adversities you've overcome and the joys you've celebrated, your studies here at Millersville have led you in a unique way to where you are now and have prepared you to move forward. We believe that because you have learned information specific to your major, and even more importantly, because you've learned to think critically, to ask questions, and to communicate your ideas, you are prepared to dedicate yourselves to one vocation for the rest of your lives and make a positive impact in that field, but you are also prepared to pursue a series of different careers and move forward along a path that may not be obvious to others, but one that you are forging for yourselves. you are ready for anything. Please also remember that if you need any of us along the way while making your path, you should never hesitate to contact your now former professors. We're here for you. Congratulations and buen camino. Thank you.
Congratulations to Dr. Goksu for his special recognition. And I also want to recognize Dr. Anna Borger-Greco for her over 2 decades, I think it's 28 years, Anna, of service, dedicated service to Millersville University. I think Anna has served longer than anyone else as the Faculty Senate President for the past 12 years. And when she retires at the end of August, I think that it will be a big loss for Millersville University. So I want to recognize Dr. Borger-Greco for her dedicated service to the university. It is now my pleasure to present Mr. Kiefer Lukenbill, President of Millersville University Student Senate, who will bring greetings to the graduating class of 2017 and introduce the spokesperson for the senior class gift campaign. And after this, I will have 7 months to recover until the next commencement. Thank you. Mr. Lukenbill.
Thank you, Dr. Prabhu. Nothing. That is what I did my freshman year. I spent my time in the Gage Hall rec room playing League of Legends with a few friends. Everyone always tells you to get involved when you're a freshman, but I didn't listen to them. I wish I would have earlier, but now fast forward 3 years to today. I'm standing here before you as your Student Senate President. It was possible because I decided to take pride in and get involved with our great university. During my sophomore year, I became a member of Improv Molotov and a tour guide for the Sharp team. This year, I joined Student Senate and shortly after became the Chief Justice. I have a show on WIXQ. I was initiated as a brother of Lambda Chi Alpha, became a lead student ambassador for the Sharp team, and I served as an orientation leader. Even though my life was much more stressful than the good old Gage rec days, this stress pales in comparison to all the friendships I've made, the experiences I've had, and the memories I'll always remember. Your journey at Millersville may be coming to a close, but your journey as a student will forever continue. It's never too late to get involved with life. Get involved with your community, with your job, with your family. And please, stay involved with your alma mater, Millersville University. The students who are freshmen, sophomores, and juniors right now, we need you. If you don't know what to do, ask questions. How can I help? What can I do for fun? What can I do to give back? And then, try something new. We all need to step outside our comfort zones in order to grow as a person and a professional. Never let an opportunity pass by because you never know how many doors will open. Thank you. And now allow me to introduce Ms. Morgan Speakman, spokesperson for the class of 2017 Senior Gift Campaign.
Thank you, Mr. Luckenbill. There are many time-honored traditions at Millersville University. Since 1866, senior classes raise funds for a class gift that provides a lasting mark at the university. The past few years, a committee of seniors gathered together to decide how the class of 2017 could continue this tradition. It is with great pride and honor that I make this statement on behalf of the class of 2017. The class of 2017 resolved to contribute funds and resources for a fountain in the quad with benches around it. The fountain will be placed in the future pavilion in the quad between the Student Memorial Center and the West Village. The idea is to transform this quad into a scenic park-like area for Millersville University students in the years to come to enjoy. The class of 2017 can be proud that they will be remembered for their pride and generosity. Dr. Anderson, please accept this gift as a token of our sincere gratitude to Millersville University for providing us with an educational experience that has allowed and prepared us to think big and go far. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan, and thank you, class of 2017. Can't wait to welcome you all back to experience the new fountain when it's finished. You know, commencement is not only a ceremony to mark achievement, but also to begin a new chapter in all of your lives. At this opportunity, we pause to reflect on the past 4 years, and for some of you, it's been a little longer. There are many in the audience who have assisted and guided you toward your goal. Your faculty joins us in recognition of your accomplishments in the classrooms, on the fields, in the laboratories, and on the job. Our faculty recognize that every student arrives with enthusiasm, intent, hope, aspirations, and intellect. They have provided an outstanding education rooted deeply in the principles of the liberal arts. They have challenged you, prodded you, taught you, and admired you. You have asked questions. You have complained. I know because I've heard a lot of those. Sometimes you have stumbled. However, ultimately you have succeeded, for you are here today to be acknowledged as graduates. Let's have the faculty here today please stand up so the graduates of the class of 2017 can recognize them. Family and friends have also played a very important role in your success. Their support and encouragement have been an inspiration and motivation to many of you. Will the family and friends of our graduates please stand and be recognized? Graduates, you have all accomplished so much. As I look into your eyes, I see Millersville graduates developing cures for cancer, making revolutionary advances in technology, building hope for world peace, and helping to bring an end to worldwide hunger. You are about to set off on the next part of your life's journey. You can expect challenges, but know there will be so many opportunities as well. Persevere. Set lofty goals for yourself and others. We are very fortunate to live in a free society, but freedom comes with a responsibility to contribute, to give back, to be civically engaged, and to be good stewards of our planet. Wherever you call home, add value. Look around. Ask yourself what you can do to improve the quality of life in your workplace and in your neighborhoods. Maybe it's developing a neighborhood playground, starting a wellness program at work, whatever. We are all counting on you. As Millersville University alumni, you will always be part of the Millersville family. Remember your roots here with pride, and please come back often. Now, you have graduated from one of the finest universities of its kind in the nation, and you have joined the more than 66,000 alumni who have gone before you. It's time to close this chapter in your life and commence on your new journey. Go forth into the world, make us proud, and more importantly, make yourselves proud of whom you are and what you are capable of. Reach for the higher goals. Do great work. Make a difference in the world. Be the dream makers. Congratulations to each and every one of you for a job well done, and on behalf of all of the Millersville University, its faculty, staff, and student body, we join your family and friends in extending to you our warmest congratulations and best wishes as you pursue your goals. I wish to express sincere appreciation to Olivia Ober, Jose Urena, the Marshalls, Dr. Keith Wiley, and how about the brass ensemble up there in the corner? And all of the other participants that made this day a success. In addition, I'd like to wish all the mothers in the room a very happy Mother's Day. Congratulations, moms. Let us also remember the women and men who are serving our country throughout the world and who are away from their families and friends today. Now, before you go off on your journey home, I have a request of our graduates. Started a tradition here that many of you I've taken selfies with over the years. I had a lot of them yesterday around the pond. But I want to take one last selfie with you, and then you can follow me on Twitter at @VillePresident. I'm trying to get my followers up there. So when I say, turn around, I'm going to turn around. When I say go, just wave your hand, please. Okay, go. I'll tweet that out as soon as I get up to the robing room. Okay, so again, at @VillePresident. Trying to get my followers up there and beat my provost out. So now, please refer to the last page of your program as we conclude this wonderful ceremony with the singing of the first and third verses of the Alma Mater, led by Olivia once again, and performed by the Millersville University Brass Ensemble. Will the audience please rise and remain standing until the recessional has ended? Thank you, and have a great afternoon.
Millersville, we sing to thee hymns of praise and loyalty. Sons and daughters, staunch and bold, Thank you.